Sometime after the summer solstice in June, a very special natural phenomena occurs in the sky over the city. The sky flushes a rich violet color just as the sun eclipses the horizon. For a glorious few minutes, Austin is crowned in violet and becomes the royal seat of Texas. Austin has a humid subtropical climate under the Köppen climate classification, typified by very long and hot summers, short and mild winters. Austin averages 34.32 inches of annual rainfall, with severe weather or supercell thunderstorms occurring multiple times per year, bringing damaging winds, lightning, heavy rain, and flash flooding to the city. Austin is situated at the foot of the Balcones Escarpment on the Colorado River, with 3 artificial lakes within the city limits. The Edwards Aquifer is a unique groundwater system and one of the most prolific artesian aquifers in the world, serving the diverse agricultural, industrial, recreational, and domestic needs of almost 2 million users in south central Texas. In recent decades, demand for water in the region has increased well beyond the aquifer's capacity to provide for a growing population. With the city straddling the Balcones Fault, much of the eastern part of the city is flat, whereas the western part and western suburbs consist of rolling hills on the edge of the Texas Hill Country. Creeks such as Waller Creek along the eastern edge of downtown Austin define the city. In 2014, a significant public-private partnership between the City of Austin and the Waterloo Greenway Conservancy formalized a joint development agreement and led to Waterloo Greenway. Projects like Waterloo Greenway, which follow the I-35 corridor, also create displacement of homeless populations that use the area as an encampment. A 2019 point-in-time count performed by the Ending Community Homelessness Coalition found that 2,255 individuals experience homelessness in Travis County on a single day. Several programs strive to end homelessness in Austin, but the process is slowed by conflicted commitment from local, city, and state investment. Austin's skyline was historically modest, partly due to a set of zoning restrictions that preserve the view of the Texas state capitol from various locations around Austin, known as the Capitol View Corridors. Over recent years, Austin's skyline has drastically changed, and the residential real estate market has remained relatively strong despite the housing crisis of 2008. In 2017, an American Community Survey profile found Austin's total population of 714,000 people to be 65% white, 34% Hispanic or Latino, 7.3% Black, 7.5% Asian, and 0.2% American Indian and Alaskan Native. These numbers reflect a concerning trend highlighted in the 2014 study by the University of Texas at Austin's Institute for Urban Policy Research and Analysis. Dr. Eric Tang writes, Austin, Texas has consistently ranked among the fastest growing major cities in the United States. U.S. Census data for 2000 and 2010 reveal a total population growth of 20.4%. making Austin the 3rd fastest growing major city in the nation during that decade. He goes on to say, but among the 10 fastest growing major cities in the United States, Austin stands out in one crucial respect. It was the only such city that suffered a net loss in its African American population. Hello, my name is Jennifer Rousseau Cumberbatch. I'm an actress, author, singer-songwriter, business owner, Christian pastor and counselor, wife, and mother of 4 adult children. My husband Ashton and I have lived in Austin for 41 years. We've invested our lives in the cultural, social, political, and spiritual well-being of this great city. We are so grateful to call Austin our home. Recent nationwide events have awakened a collective consciousness and curiosity about the profound impact of the historic dissonance between the high ideals embedded in America's founding creeds and the practice thereof. We stand before one such monument to modern design today, the historic David Chapel Missionary Baptist Church. Designed by the late, great, pioneering architect, John Chase, who was the first African American or Black student to graduate from the University of Texas School of Architecture and the first Black licensed architect in the state of Texas. David Chapel, located in the heart of East Austin, its history is connected to lessons gleaned from buildings all over Austin that enrich our understanding of the cultural and ethnic intersectionality of life in the founding and continuance of our prosperous city. The small white wooden building that houses Sweet Home Baptist Church and its retired bell tower once was the center of life in Clarksville. The life lived out in the modest homes in the former dirt roads of Clarksville are connected with the Jacob Fontaine House or Gold Dollar building located in West Austin near the Neil Cochran. This building is the only remaining vestige of another prominent freedmen town, Wheatville, founded by James Wheat, a former slave from Arkansas. All across the country, many are focusing on unearthing history lessons that instruct and inspire us to reclaim our history, foster a new collective identity, and create a legacy that is good and equitable. These priceless history lessons, these stories that capture our collective identity as Austinites, are enshrined in our buildings. These are the creative offering of architects and artisans.